Welcome Libra to my channel Mending Tree Tarot. This is a general reading for August. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. So please take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. I do take pop-outs, and I've done this. So I've meditated, shuffled, and allowed those cards to come out ahead of time in order to be more efficient here. As I'm laying them out, just be careful. There are scammers around who are posing as other people. They are reaching out, mostly through social media, it seems, asking for readings or offering personal readings. And they're not the real people, right? So they're asking for money and things like that. So for this channel, I don't have social media linked to it. So I personally will never reach out to you asking you if you want a personal reading from me and ask you for money directly in that way. I do have donation link down below, but that's it. That's all that I have. So just be careful is all I'm saying here, Libra. Okay. I have pulled some oracle cards to get a general feel and then some tarot. I used the Shaman's Dream Oracle and the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I will pull oracle cards from two different oracle decks at the end for advice for you. And this is really a general reading, so I'm just going to talk about whatever the cards want to talk about for you. And it seems like there's a theme here, Libra, for August. So you have overflow. This is overwhelm and plenty. This card has more to do with there is actually a lot coming to you, and perhaps almost maybe too much coming to you in a empathetic, empathic way, and it might be an overload of emotions and feelings coming from others that might be causing anxiety for you because you're picking up on other people's angst and anxiety right now. So just be aware of that. Make sure that you ground yourself in your own energy, but also in doing this, make sure to look at what is working for you, what kind of abundance is in your life already coming towards you and currently, because this card says that there is kind of this energy that you may be looking more at the lack of and wishing things were different than rather what is working that is really working well. So this is your past energy here, right? You actually having a lot going on for you, but perhaps looking at the negatives instead of the positives. And then the current energy, you have dances on one foot. So this is a balancing act. It says more to do with kind of same energy, taking stock of what is working well for you and not getting bogged down by the intensity of life, knowing that life is a dance, it is a balancing act, and choosing and saying yes to those things that seem good for you, that spirit wants for you, that has liveliness and excitement and love and all of that, and saying no to the things that are not truly authentically you and beneficial for you in your life. And so this is a balancing act, and you will find that as you say yes to those things that are good and positive for you, say no to those things that you don't really want to be a part of your life anymore, you'll find that it becomes easier for you and that you'll have more time to work with because of you choosing where you're putting your energy. And then you have covenant. So this is a sacred contract. Just like any contract, you want to make sure, and this is for your future position, make sure that you understand what is being presented to you. Also that you're very clear about what your intentions are as well. Just like you write a contract for somebody else to sign, they're going to want to read it. And if there's any kind of untruths, any kind of hidden element to this, that's going to come back and bite you or bite them in a bad way, right? Everybody needs to agree to what's going on. And this may be partially what is holding up some other things. So this card is also talking about that not everything, even though you might be working to manifest things in your life, but sometimes these things take time. And also keep in mind that the universe is working it out for you, but it also has to work out for everyone's benefit, right? It has to work and it might be affecting other people's lives. So the universe is making it work so that it also gives respect to others' wants and needs as well, okay? So there's this kind of give and take that's happening here. This abundance, but at the same time, maybe feeling overwhelmed. So really picking and choosing what it is that you want. Getting into the tarot here, so you have the Three of Cups in reverse, crossed by the Seven of Swords. So it looks like there's some kind of delay that has happened, and it looks like it feels as like somebody has been working against you, or that there's this energy that you feel like you're kind of walking through the sand. Things may be feeling a little bit harder right now. There are things that you want, things that you're working for. That's lively. And it may feel like there's a bit of an opposition, something that's holding up the plan for right now. And that's in your most recent past position. In the current, it's interesting. Your reading speaks a lot to finances. I am going to say that, mostly having to do with your financial situation. So we have the Tower that's in reverse, and I am going to say, if you're going to get the Tower, it's great to have it in reverse, crossed by the Ace of Pentacles, because it looks like there was something that happened, perhaps some kind of loss or something that seemed unfortunate at the time. And it looks like this is something that is occurring now that actually is saving you in the end from finances, from something that didn't work out, that actually is going to work in your benefit. You averted some kind of disaster, and instead, this is not going to shake you to your core. You had some kind of, or are able to see this ahead of time and are able to divert it and instead make a good call, right? So there's this opportunity that's being given to you by the universe to avoid some kind of major loss here, all right? So that's good. In your near future, you have the Lovers in reverse, and I did pull some clarification cards, and you'll see why. Because you also received the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it looks like there's some kind of disconnect between, and it could be between you and another person, but it also could just be between you and yourself, that you're having some kind of inner turmoil as far as the path to go, the right thing, especially in light of what has happened. It may have made you feel a little insecure in things to come. With that though, you end up kind of losing your stability, and there's a lack of confidence is coming through, because perhaps you're like, wow, that was a close call, and maybe making you more tentative and making a kind of future movement, right? Having to do with finances. And so I got two clarification cards for this lineup here, and we received the Page of Wands and the Two of Discs, or Two of Pentacles. So what I'm going to say is that there is a new opportunity, something that you are excited about, that you want to move forward with, which is good. I think this is the opportunity, but it means that you have to be open and honest, and you will have to trust your intuition. You're gonna have to trust your gut on this, okay? But there is a choice, and you have the choice to go this direction or not, and so there's a bit of this wavering that is happening here. But I think that the feeling that I'm getting here is that as long as you trust your gut and your connection, which you do have by saying yes, and say yes to the things that are good and right that you want in your life, it's going to make it way more clear for you which direction to go. So that's kind of what I'm getting there. I am going to move on to the Oracle cards. I have first the Enchanted Map Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. And I'm just going to pull one of these for you. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What advice do you have for Libra for the month of August? Looking for a card for advice for Libra in the month of August, please. Thank you so much. We're truly grateful for all the messages thus far. All right, received two. Storm Fields and Sad Embrace. And then I am going to pull a card from the Santa Muerta Oracle deck. And we're looking for a card for Libra, please, for advice for the month of August. Single card for the month of August. Now you can see why I do all of this ahead of time for the other part of the layout, because I think we'd be here all day. That's interesting. Virgo got the exact same card. That's weird. All right, we are going to, so I'm going to say, if you have any Virgo placements, you might want to check that reading out, okay? So we have storm fields. This too shall pass. An uncomfortable chaos is surrounding you. Things that you left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. Pent-up energy needs release, just as a storm in nature must break, for these events occur where the electricity between opposing forces stirs things up and creates temporary disorder. Not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be widely distributed and continuous growth to be ensured. Just remember that whatever is being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again and new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. Okay. And then we have number 45, which is Sad Embrace. It says, loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal you. You may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a long-cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better, more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. Relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises, along with sadness and grief. Express these emotions. Tears are like healing rain that can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Growth is always assured. Whatever the loss, however great it is, let go and experience your feelings, so that you may soon see what beauty lies ahead. All right, and then I am going to read number 21 again. It's interesting that it came out again. Okay. Instincts is the word for this card. Instincts represent the innate behaviors that are not the result of a learning process connected to the intellect, nor to personal or emotional choices that derive from the energy content of emotions. Instinct is rather a force that taps into the collective unconscious and flows directly to the will card. It is something intrinsically connected to our desires, our true nature, our creativity and sexuality. And the advice of the dead here is, indulge the flame that you feel burning without repressing it. Transform it into your strong point with pride, and you will obtain the results you desire. Okay. All right, Libra, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am truly grateful. And for more clarification, check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. There will also be a pick a card option once I finish with all the signs. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe. It helps others to find the channel and lets me know it resonates with you. Down below, you should find a link for tips and donations if you choose to support the channel in that way. It is not expected, but genuinely appreciated if you decide to. Thank you so much, Libra, and I will see you next time.